So high anticipation level here.
Yeah.
So many new faces in the Newcastle side. Some big inclusions, Cronulla, Sean Johnson, Josh Morris. A couple of young brothers on show. The Newcastle and Cronulla seasons begin right now. And Moylan is the man who catches the kickoff and breaks through the line and was almost tripped at the finish by Danny Levi.
It looked like a trip, didn't it? The left leg of Danny Levi stopped Matty Moylan.
There is quite a breeze coming down the ground right to left, and that held the kickoff up. The earlier game, a few short kickoffs were pushed back towards the team that had just put boot to ball. And already the Sharks inside the Knights half. So we're watching Jaden Brayley, Blake Brayley to come off the bench. Britton Nakora also on debut block.
That's a great way to start the game too, when your fullback collects a football like that and makes 20 yards upfield. You get straight on the back of that, and they've done so. They've done it well too, 25 metres out now. In the last tackle, the Sharks.
Played by Pryor, and it is Townsend running up to the line. Moylan had a little juggle of the ball. Oh, allowed to bounce by Connor Watson. Boy, oh boy, you got a chance to catch it on the full and go back to the 20. Why roll the dice? Sean Kenny-Dowell off the 20-metre restart. No mucking about from the Knights. Their first touch of the footy, and Fitzgibbon, good back rower, works that left edge. On the right side, Sione Matautia. In this Knights side, so 7 new faces, 6 in the starting 13. Kurt Mann is the 7th, the former Dragon, off the bench. He'll replace this man, Danny Levi, when he gets on the field. Levi and the crowd thought they'd caught the Sharks offside there. Now for David Clemmer. What a signing. 17 tests, 12 origins. Offload from Clemmer, something we don't see a lot of. And there it is with his first run for the Knights. Levi left to Ponga in the 6, and there's the left foot step. Crawling through defenders there. Got him past Gallen, who may be limping a little as he goes back to the line. Last play, Pearce with a dab. Knocked on by Moylan. And the Knights fans go up. They'll have a scrum feed 10 metres out, but a very impressive first set from the Knights.
Well, that's exactly what they're looking for from David Clemmer. He took the line on, he busted through, he kept his legs moving, and then the offload. Look at this, look at his legs moving. You've got to put this bloke on the ground. Pass the ball out the back. So good, the offload now. That really upsets defensive lines. Mitchell Pearce on the end of it with a grubber kick. Moylan had to play at it. And the Knights 10 metres out right in the middle. They'll get the loose in the feed.
All right, what happens next here, Gaz? You predict. Look into your crystal ball.
Well, they're going to isolate Kalen Ponga out here with just 3 attackers. They've got 3 defenders. He'll skip out. Oh, he's with that footwork. You just want to see him skip out. Lachlan Fitzgibbon's not there, but I'm sure they would have practiced plenty with Heimel Hunt in the preseason.
The former Warrior Gavitt right beside the upright there. Pryor, Gallen, Fafita, all in defence. Levi. They opened with a try for Ponga last year in round 1 against Manly. Clemmer goes close. Golden Point round 1 here last year. Now Levi, long ball, Pearce, Ponga, left foot again, right foot, dancing, left, right. It's all there. Dancing with the stars here in Newcastle. 10 away from the line. And again, a little slow. Pryor, there's some leniency being given by the referees. Pearce goes short. No hold there for Fitzgibbon. Johnson defends right edge. Nakora and Gallen. Levi scoops it up quickly, and again, rock solid, the Cronulla defence. That is a morale-boosting defensive set from the Sharks.
And that was their biggest strength, the Cronulla Sharks in 2018, was their defence, in particular, their goal line defence. So resilient, tough, they turn up for one another.
Sharks with the ball, 5 out from their line. Let's go down to the sideline. Duties tonight with Megan Barnard. Megan?
Yeah, good evening, Bossy. Good evening, gents. Great to be here in the Hunter and great to have Friday night footy back. And I tell you what, judging by the amount of fans here tonight, the feeling is certainly mutual. Boy, they loved that, didn't they?
Oh, that could have been anything there. Sorry, Megan. Cronulla under pressure. Also, the spirit of the Newcastle club is on show too, Megan, supporting one of their former first graders in Scotty Duro.
Yeah, come the seventh minute of this game tonight, Boss, you'll see the fans really come together. There will be a standing ovation for former Knight and under-20s coach Scott Duro, who, as we know, is currently battling cancer, a battle that has really rocked this club to the core. It's a wonderful showing of love and support, so get ready for this crowd to erupt in a couple of minutes' time.
Well, while you speak, Megan, Sean Johnson has just kicked the ball 95 metres. I think I got it right. 15 metres out from his own line. Right boot to ball. Bounce and roll over the dead ball line. Amazing. There's a bit of breeze, but it was a mighty strike.
And what about the defensive set from the Newcastle Knights? Jesse Ramian, such a strong carrier of the football, but geez, can pull off some hits defensively.
Just on Scotty Duro too, our international audience, they love him over in the south of France, over in Perpignan. Mark, they loved having him at the Catalans club, and they're here in support in spirit as well for Scott in his battle. So Knights with the ball just inside the Cronulla half. They're all over Ponga and a penalty conceded.
Well, I reckon they let the first couple go. I think they just let a couple go early in this game. That time, Johnson deliberately over the top, just having a second grab. And into the breeze. It's been all the Newcastle Knights so far.
Again, the footwork of Kalyn Ponga. They've definitely targeted Sean Johnson down that right edge of the Cronulla Sharks. They played short a lot. They hit the decoy runner a lot their last set when they attacked the line of the Cronulla Sharks, the Knights. I wouldn't be surprised if they play out the back this time.
And from the restart, Fitzgibbon on the run.
Hunt is
the man with the free kick. Two new centres for Newcastle. Hunt the left, Ramey in the right. Another run for Clemmer. He's the forward leader this year. They're paying him the dollars. He will live up to expectations, I'm sure. Pearce, short to the lock forward. Glasby, close to the line, the former Storm star. Now Ponga on the right. Pearce wraps around. I love it. 6-7. Combining on one side of the field. It's Walters and Langer stuff from the past. Kenny Dow to Ponga. Then back for Glasby again. That Melbourne star, also 3 origins for Queensland. Levi up for Pearce. The kick this time. Johnson ropes it in. Does really well, Sean Johnson. But a line drop out for Cronulla.
Yeah, he read it beautifully at the back, didn't he? Before Pearce had even put the ball on his boot, Johnson had read it beautifully. They're under the pump at the moment. That's a better kick too. The last play option in the last set. They got caught in the last tackle. This time, Mitchell Pearce dribbles it in goal. Johnson cleans up. Great kick.
A smart play, Mitchell Pearce. I have no doubt he would have watched the football last night, and you saw what the first 15 minutes did to the Brisbane Broncos. Rounds 1 to 3, it's really hard. Your legs get really heavy, the lungs get sore a lot quicker.
What about the start of the game from this bloke?
Terrific. Really good from David Clemmer. 4th versus 11th from regular season competition last year as the matchup here. Here's Gavitt. Wasn't finished early last year with a broken arm, but was pretty good for the Warriors. Arguably one of their better forwards, to be honest. And now Ponga, dummy there to Matautia, who's got the bucket on now, the headgear with a white top. It's like a beacon out there for the number 12 for the Knights. Levi to Pearce, and there is Glasby. It's sharp work from the Knights. Far removed from their trial form against the Sharks just a few weeks ago. Levi and Pearce again. No, Fitzgibbon. A tackle by Nakora. He saves it, trying to bow. Floated over the top. Oh, Edric Lee loses the ball. It was as tough. Look, he's 9 foot tall, and he had a ball on his shoelaces.
His feet were on the 10.
He couldn't quite get it.
I think he was surprised the ball landed in his hands. It was a great pass over the top from Mitchell Pearce. The vision here. Look, he's got a grab on it here.
Oh, it's a big ass. It would have been a spectacular catch. That was a great tackle. Brilliant work there from Nick Cora on debut. Again, lovely pass. Mitchell Pearce around the ankles. He had it.
How tall's Andrew Bogan? He doesn't catch basketballs off his feet. So how's Edric Lee going to do it?
I'll tell you what they are, the Sharks. They're great in the grind. It's been all the Newcastle Knights early in this game, but they have showed desperation They haven't been able to put any points on the Newcastle side so far. They love this toughness, the Sharkies.
It was amazing last year that 22 of the Sharks' 27 matches were decided by 12 points or less. That highlights your point block about the grind. They play more close matches than anyone.
I just wonder how much they're going to miss Luke Lewis. All the little things he used to do. Chase down kicks, put pressure on the kickers. First kick chase.
That's a big
Make
penalty.
some effort, Mitch.
Fourth tackle there. Just what the Sharks needed.
Yeah, what a set for Cronulla right now.
Hold for the tap. Hold.
So Townsend and Johnson reunited. They were there for 34 games side by side in their time at the Warriors.
Stand,
14 and 15. Here's Brayley. There's Townsend. Doesn't find Johnson. He finds the feeder angling back infield and well handled by the Knights defence. Nice ball there for Townsend. Look right, goes left. Moylan offloading. And then Capewell comes within a couple of metres of the try line. Josh Morris will get into dummy half, a try-scoring specialist. Townsend on for Pryor. Straightens it up. First set inside the Knights 20. Oh, that's a total breakdown there. Double pump and might have even been forward into Capewell.
I think it was a mile forward. Brayley just like that one again.
We'll let off for Newcastle. First opportunity Cronulla had experienced 11 minutes into the contest. Here's Edric Lee, first match of the doubleheader on this Friday night on Fox League. And then the Professor's late hit to follow later this evening. Big night on Fox League. Roosters, Rabbitohs, and we're back at the SCG tonight with the great rivals. Pearce, nice run. Ended by Fafita. Pearce is hit by tattoos and hair and everything there.
I reckon we're going to see Mitchell Pearce run the ball a lot more too. With Kalen Ponga, if they go together on one side, he'll use him up there. I think you'll see him run the football a bit. He's limping now. It was a good shot from Fafita.
So Cronulla trying to work their way out of trouble now with Josh Dugan. Hoping for an injury-free season for Josh. Just the 14 games last year. Just a little more than half the season played. Fecky with it. Off without Valentine home. Starts for Cronulla. Here is Capewell. Collected a little high, but legally. Play the ball was messy, but allowed to continue. And Brayley takes 15 metres. Dream come true for Jaden and Blake Brayley tonight in the NRL side by side. Kenny Dow on for Connor Watson. Couple of former Roosters there. Can't link up with Edric Lee. Just the back up the longest legs in the NRL, hasn't he? Big Edric with the socks down, and he gets his side a penalty.
Well, I reckon you can put that down to the quick play the balls here for the Newcastle Knights. Plenty of enthusiasm. They won that penalty there. Looks good and fast, doesn't he? Connor Watson coming off the back and kick returns. It's a good play the ball straight away from the young fellow, and they won that penalty.
Well, he's another one block. You know, we talk about 7 new faces, but last year, Mitchell Pearce, he misses 9 games. Connor Watson misses 9. They were 2 of their big recruits from the previous season, and they didn't get full value for money, unfortunately, because of injury.
Well, they've got to turn this field position into points, the Knights. They've been hammering the line of the Sharks. Got to come away with something, otherwise they'll start to get frustrated.
Hold Matt, bring all the way. Go.
It's given on tackle 1, and this is Clemmer. Even doing a bit of ripping and a tearing early here for the Knights. Taken by Pryor. Levi, flat for Pearce. Flatter still for Glasby. Tried to run over the top of Capewell there. Excellent play the ball that time. Here's Watson in the line, another light stepper.
Get out. Here it is, Paul.
Riley was the defender. Levi's work has been good so far. Clemmer, Gavin, spinning, offloading. Ponga, great work. On it comes now with Rabian. The Sharks Rookie of the Year last season. Collected there by 3 former teammates. Now back from Kenny Dow for Ponga. Left foot right across the face. A goal incoming. Ball bounces up. Fitzgibbon loses it. And Cronulla had possession. Well, he's been in the thick of things, young Britton Nakora, early in the game. Dugan on the run back. Certainly the better of play with Newcastle through 15 minutes, but no score. This time with Sione Katoa. Debut in the corresponding round last year up against the Cowboys and suffered a fractured jaw. Here's Gallen, NRL's oldest player. Up to halfway. Oh, he's lost it. He's got it back. And the referee will say knock on. They've ruled the ball came into contact with the Knights.
Well, that's a fair enough call, but just have a look at it. He wouldn't go down to the ground. Had the hand in one ball, knocks it on into a Newcastle Knights player.
Sorry?
He had the hand in one ball.
Had his hand on the ball.
What hole have you dug yourself into?
That's a good ruling anyway. Let's get on with it.
You're one of a kind, Block, on Fox League. The great man Steve Blocker Roach.
He's blowing up too, Gallen.
Well, he knows how much pressure they've already been under. They've only had 39% of the football, the Cronulla Sharks. I'd like to see Kalyn Ponga lock in on that left edge. Connor Watson's been sitting out there. The two pass plays, Mitchell Pearce has gone to Ponga out here on the right. I'd just like to see Ponga tuck in on the left.
Saw the Sharks coach's box, John Morris, the new man, but Jim Dimmick at his side. He presented the jerseys to the new Sharks players. The build up to this game, and there are 4 newcomers. They work the numbers in order. Josh Morris 5'2", Johnson 5'2", Nakora 5'2", Blake Brayley is Shark number 528. So the Knights are 19 metres away from the Cronulla line. It's been mostly played down the southern end here tonight. Here's Pearce's kick. It came off prior. Clear call not played at. So it is tackle number 5. And you may see yet another kick from Pearce. Here it comes. He'll angle it out for Sean Kenny-Dow. Ramian's there as well. Up goes Kenny-Dow. Up goes Ramian. Ball is loose. Those down the southern end believe their side have scored.
On last tackle.
Hang on.
I've got a try.
Okay.
Just confirm that Newcastle maintains possession through the grounding.
And I thought Sean Kenny-Dow did amazingly well.
Newcastle kick chase is onside.
Mitchell Pearce puts it in the perfect position, allows Kenny-Dow to come back on that angle, which is an easier angle to attack the ball.
Jump from the field of play.
Gets inside Fecky, but did he bounce it?
Well, he's pretty confident. This will tell us the tale.
That is
Sean
amazing
Kenny-Dow
contest
takes
for the
possession
ball.
of the ball.
Oh, I can't give it.
I think he's lost it. He looked pretty confident.
This is what you miss all summer. Replays from the bunker.
I couldn't blow up if it went either way.
See, to me, that's a drop
Kenny-Dow
ball.
loses possession
That angle,
of the ball
yeah.
and fails to we have a decision.
So the bunker have ruled SKD has lost control of the footy. So no try to Sean Kenny-Dow.
20-metre restart, yours, mate.
131 for the career. He starts the year and remains on that figure.
It's amazing the pinpoint kicks of these kickers. He put it right on the money there that time, Mitchell Pearce.
So Dugan back with it for the Sharks. They were big winners over the Knights just a few weeks ago in Maitland. And now Fecky coming in off the wing. Fecky factor. 11 metres inside the Cronulla half. Pryor with another run. Lining up for his 6th year with the Sharks. One of their grand final winners. Brayley turns up and finds Fafita. Nice and tight. Haven't seen the offloading game of Fafita just yet. The leading offloader in the league last year. Here's Nakora. Big praise from Luke Lewis in the Fox League preview tonight for this young fella in the back row, Kiwi. Now for Gallen. Centre field, 27 metres away from the line. A chance for an attacking kick. It is Townsend who will provide it. He's looking for Fecky. Here they come, and Kenny-Dow at his end of the field this time is able to shut things down. Ramian with a carry back. With a chop. Rapid chop there from Fafita. This time Ramian's lost the ball. And Cronulla are high-fiving and yahooing because the door is open for them. A full set inside the Knights 20.
It'll be interesting to see how they set up too now. There's the chop there. Ramian couldn't get to his feet to play the ball. There was a little knock on there. First real opportunity now for the Sharks, 10 metres out.
Everyone to the open side.
The feeder at 5'8" here.
Yep. We're hearing 8, but you may as well have 6 on his back. Here they come, out of the scrum. Brayley onto Fafita. Oh, Johnson is knocked on. Well, that is a total breakdown for Cronulla from a scrum play they would have practiced many times over the summer.
Mitchell Pearce just appealing with the referee about some forward passings. But you're right, the timing not right behind. That's actually one of South Sydney's pet plays from 2018 where you saw Sam Burgess go a little bit into the line, pass it off. They went shift. They caught a lot of teams really narrow. By that I mean they were allowed to play on their outside and forced the wingers to make a decision. They had a lot of success with it, but Cronulla Sharks just relieved all the pressure.
Yeah, they've had only 37% of the ball, and then to squander a chance like that. So Newcastle in possession. We're a quarter of the way through our first game on this Friday night as Gavitt on the charge. He'll be a crowd favourite in quick time up here. Both front rowers will. They are fearless, Gavitt and Clemmer. Levi on to Matautia. Townsend on that left side. Here is Clemmer at Pryor. 3 in the tackle. They get David Clemmer onto his back. Inside their own half. Ponga on for Fitzgibbon. There's 5 tackles safely negotiated by Newcastle. Pearce is the kicker. Into the breeze. You can see it just hold up there for Moylan. It's got to be a long pass if he's to find Fecky. Cronulla start a set just outside their 20.
I always watch to see how a player made the error a little bit earlier in Fafita. What he does in this next set of 6 after he's made that error, now he tries to make up for it.
In tonight, no points scored just yet, but to support the North Queensland flood appeal, the NRL will donate $100 for every point scored in round 1. You too can assist by donating at vinnies.org.au. 3,400 raised from last night's game in Melbourne. Edric Lee, great defence for the Knights. He was all over Josh Dugan. And Cronulla make another mistake, but that is a forced error by Edric Lee. That's shades of Vunivalu from last night on Jack Bird.
Oh, that was solid, that tackle, wasn't it? Edric Lee did amazingly well. Had the player, Johnson was actually trying to go across the face. Dugan just tried to get the ball on the out. He was practicing it in warm-up. He loves to get the ball on that angle so it opens up the big right foot step that he does so well. But Edric Lee knew the pass was coming, an ex-teammate, and just shut it down perfectly.
Edric Lee, 12 tries for Cronulla last year, equaling a career-high tally. Here he is with the ball. In fact, he scored a double for the Sharks against the Knights the last time these two clubs played. Just would love him to repay the favour tonight. Here's Gavitt. Again, they get the front rower onto the back. Fafita doing the work there. Gavitt will go off for his first breather of the night. Daniel Saifiti will come on. Knights are 25 metres away from the Cronulla line. Pearce to Clemmer. Puts a little angle in his work. Nice offload again. Matautia. Josh Morris there for Cronulla with Townsend. It's a good game of footy so far, with the exception of a few mistakes. Here's Glasby. Last tackle, Newcastle. I've got a feeling they might crack Cronulla. Pearce kicks. Oh, boy, what happened there? Kicked it back and found Brayley.
I think he was trying to find Connor Watson back on the inside there with that kick. It was well read there by the Sharks again. Execution, not that great a couple of times here from the Knights. They've had all the football, all the field position, no points.
Well, he didn't have to move. There's Capel. He's got a problem, some blood from his nose at the moment. Trainer has tended to that, so no elective bandage just yet. Sharks back on the 30. Pryor will come from the field, and Aaron Woods will go out there. Former Tiger and Bulldog. His first minutes of the season. See him there in 16. Cronulla kicking from the 40, placing it. Johnson. Watson to the ball. And back. Oh, wow. It's a front-on tackle. Paul Gallen, rugged. Really solid.
You're coming forward.
That is called shortening up an opponent. Watch it again.
Look how quick he gets up, but he's a tough little fella. Walks straight over the top, a big gal.
Straight, Jaden.
16 to go in the first half here. Friday night on Fox League.
Jaden, not straight, Jaden. Keep coming, Jaden.
Levi away and Saifidi on the run. Nice solid charge. Very direct attack here from Newcastle. Levi, Pearce turning it away there for Clemmer. Last it is for the Knights. Yet another chance for an attacking kick. Again it is Pearce, and the chase is being led by Watson. Moylan jumps. Moylan successful with a take.
Well, the 7 new faces, it's evident in their go forward, isn't it? Clemmer, Gabbett, Edric Lee, even to a certain extent. Look at the defence. That has been a feature tonight, the line speed.
They'll work out of their own 10-metre zone just to get you set for tomorrow, our first Super Saturday of the year on Fox League. We're from Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland first up. Warriors versus Canterbury. That is 2:30 our coverage starting Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and then off to Leichhardt Oval, God's backyard, for the Tigers versus Manly. Blockers excited about that. Townsville tomorrow night for Cowboys and Dragons as Cronulla, little settler, that's it, and taking it over the sideline.
And I think it would have disrupted their game plan a little bit, the Cronulla Sharks. They had the wind. They still have the wind in their backs, but I think the plan would have been just to control the football, make the Newcastle Knights bring it out their own end, because you see when Mitchell Pearce, who's probably the best striker of the football in the game, it doesn't travel far. But unfortunately, through errors, they haven't allowed themselves to do that. They're the ones that have exerted the most energy, the Cronulla Sharks.
Got to say, fellas, I'm not a weatherman, but I'm a little worried about some ominous-looking clouds here as well. We might have a shower or two during the course of this match.
They're called lights, Fossey.
Chad to me, Chad.
Knights with the ball 15 metres inside their own half. Have to be working with Gaz again. Missed it all summer. Back at the ground, you made your debut. Gaz shaking, couldn't get your boots on. Remember that?
Fake news.
Here's Kenny down with the ball.
Oh, was it cold or you were nervous?
That was a lie. That's what it was.
Levi on to Clemmer. 40 away from the Cronulla line. Fafita again involved in the tackle with Woods. Levi. This time Barnett is out there. Consistent performer for the Knights, and earns a penalty as well. Right in front. It is into the breeze though. 26 metres out. Kick or tap, boys?
I would tap.
I'd tap.
And I know that's easy for us to say up here because we're fresh, but they've exerted far more energy.
Tell you what, I do like their bench, but Saifidi just gone on. He's made an impact. As you said, Barnett, one of their most consistent players last year. And Kurt Mann yet to get a run. So they're strong in the 17 now, aren't they, the Knights?
The Knights tapped as Newcastle, as Melbourne did last night, and were rewarded with points. Declined the opportunity to take two. Here's Pearce with it, on to Saifidi. He hasn't got any smaller in the off-season. Just a couple of metres away from the line. Levi works Ponga's way. There's the left foot again. Back he comes. It plays dead. Well, if ever there's a voluntary tackle, you've seen it right there. But that has been retired to the history books. Now Levi, to Pearce, Clemmer, Barnett. 8 away. Almost offloaded for Fafita. tackle it is again. Levi, they run it tight. Sofiti is, oh, he's over but can't force the ball. Cronulla hang on again, the Grinders blocker.
Well, it was great defence there from Fafita again. He had to double up. Second effort there from Fafita.
Straight there, Daniel.
You mentioned how good they are off the bench. They're really making their presence felt at the moment, the Knights.
You got to remember Fafita, he's played 28 minutes straight. It's a great effort from the Cronulla Sharks. I mentioned it. It was their biggest strength last year, and they've kept it going so far.
We've got him down for 22 tackles so far. Andrew Fafita, Gallen and Brayley also up in the 20s. A lot of work early. Good run, Dugan. Gets over the 30.
Looks different with hair, Gaz.
He does, doesn't he? Looks strong, though.
Katoa. Taken down by Levi and Lee. This is Woods with the ball over halfway.
Just waiting for Johnson to explode too. I know they hadn't had any field position so far, being on the back foot, but you can't just sit back and wait for the kick. Needs to run.
Last tackle, and they decide to run it. Johnson, Moylan, down that right side. Dugan, crunched again by Edric Lee. Ponga comes up with a ball. But Edric, he's a flashy attacker, but tonight he has shown us some wonderful defence.
And there is no more dangerous player in the game than Sean Johnson on the 5th tackle. His footwork, just that ability to skip out, engage the other defenders. Because the wingers drop back, he always puts defensive lines under pressure. Big missed opportunity for the Sharks.
Good stuff, Edric Lee, though.
Yeah.
He's a terrific fella. He's quite a personality. But tonight he's playing and showing us a real tough side. Now Ramian with the ball.
Strong.
Oh, yeah, how good's this? This game really warming up there now. No score through 30 minutes. But they're ripping into their work. Last tackle. Flops at the ref. Now Watson running. Oh, Townsend lost it sideways. They say went forward. Not in the last tackle. There's some footwork out there.
Yeah, I think they'd want their time again then, the Newcastle Knights. Mitchell Pearce, such a good kicker of the football. Connor Watson, his biggest strength is his speed. Just either had to put that close to in goal and keep applying the pressure or get it out there to Mitchell Pearce.
So Cronulla coming back with the ball. New era. They're billing it as in Rugby League this year, the NRL. You can get your NRL Telstra Premiership tickets today from nrl.com/tickets. It's never been easier to purchase tickets for the game that we love. New stadiums as well to visit this year. Looking forward to our first trips to Bankwest, and we're back at the SCG tonight.
You're on the mark there, mate.
So many positives.
Stay outside.
Johnson will kick with a wind at his back.
Well, they needed something there, the Sharks, didn't they? Gaz mentioned a little bit earlier about the speed of the line of this Newcastle Knights side. That's the first time they've been caught for inside the 10.
Quick assessment of that Johnson kick. Yes.
I'm not allowed to say it on air.
What's it start with?
SH. Shank. Here's Brayley. On to Townsend. Woods with the ball. But if you missed it earlier, he did put one downfield that has gone 95 metres, Sean Johnson, with a wind at his back.
Just play it there, Aaron.
Now on to Fafita. Not a straight run that time. He took a big left turn.
Release, Aiden.
Levi's done a great job on Fafita here tonight. Tackle him nice and low.
Townsend, good ball. Capewell squeezed past Barnett and Pearce. Tackle for it was. Moylan with the ball with a little skip. Then Townsend, this looks promising. Here comes Edric again. The Terminator out of the left wing for the Knights. Got Dugan again. Townsend is kicked, and there's Kenny down. Oh, brilliant. The AFL talent scouts will be watching that.
And what a take there, Sean Kenny Dow. But the edge defence, I asked Nathan Brown before the game if it was something they'd worked on a lot, because it was their Achilles heel last year, and he said they'd worked very hard on it. You look out on the left edge, Edric Lee, Heimel Hunt, Kalen Ponga. That is a whole new edge in itself there again. Sean Kenny Dow, spectacular.
7 minutes away from a scoreless first half. The Fox Sports Lab boys working hard. I think they found the last game was back in round 18, 2013, that we had a scoreless first half. Let's see if it stays that way. Cronulla was involved in that as well with Brisbane. Pearce under pressure, got the kick away. Moylan there at fullback for Cronulla. This time links up with a Feki Factor. 15 metres inside their own half. Completion rate for Cronulla 9 of 14. Knights 13 of 17. Knights have had 60% of the ball. They've made over 250 more metres as well. There's Bakuya.
You can just see now they're back in the arm wrestle though. Cronulla will always dominate field position because of that wind. They've let it slide in the opening 20 minutes of this half.
Sharks going to roll on down the right side. Moylan, and then the young fella on debut, Nakora, and it's kept going for Moylan. Back it comes. Bakuya with the ball. He offloads as well. Great pickup. Johnson, look out. Look out if Johnson. He does a ponga run ponga. Then he tries to do the same on Pearce.
Tell you what, they look real dangerous every time Moylan hits the ball at speed. The Sharks look dangerous.
Townsend kicks low, doesn't hit the padding. Hits the back fence. Goes into the neighbour's yard.
Well, every time they get down this end, there's Ponga leaping over. So athletic.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Do you think someone would get the ball for him?
Humble man. Nathan Brown, he'd be pretty happy with this first half, but the Cronulla Sharks, Morris on the other hand.
He looked it.
Does the coach ever look happy? But they just keep taking the pressure away. They've come up with 2 errors down this end. Edric Lee come up with a great tackle. Now they've kicked one dead. They've only had 4 sets down this end and just relieved the pressure.
That was quite a moment, wasn't it, seeing Johnson step in front of Ponga. Well, it comes back for Guerra. Just a few metres short of halfway. 5 minutes remaining, first half, no score between these two. Saifiti with the ball. What about a 1-0 scoreline at halftime? When's the last time we had that? Drop ball from Saifiti. Cronulla to get the scrum feed, 10 inside their own half.
Just trying to get to his feet a little bit too quick. It was good tackling there by the Sharks. Over the top, Bakuya. Hand on the footy there. Lucky to get away with it. Just couldn't get to his feet quick enough. A little bobble. Just little errors are costing the Knights at the moment. They've had all the field position, all the ball.
Let's go, boys. I'll give you a tip, guys.
Some points. Just hope they don't get too frustrated.
Cronulla would throw a trick shot like kick straight from the scrum downfield with the wind at their back.
Sean Kenny-Dow's got it covered.
Johnson. Oh, they've broken down again. Dugan went without it.
The way he's playing, Edric Lee would have it covered.
Well, Dugan's dropped ball about as flash as the haircut. A second time in the match that Cronulla have dropped it before the first tackle from a scrum. John Morris, welcome to NRL coaching.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Sean Johnson just tries to lie, pretend he's going out the back to Matty Moylan, but he tries to play short to Dugan. Just overran it a little.
I don't get it. Everyone running up and tapping him on the back. I'd be filthy. Got to put my head in the scrum again. Hey?
So from the scrum, and Heimel Hunt has the ball. His third NRL club. On halfway. And Levi direct. Oh, I thought he caught the marker offside there. Bakuya. Play on's the call. Guerra with it. Well, if they want the 1-0 scoreline, there may be an opportunity at the end of this set. Levi to Pearce. Off for Barnett. And running it back towards Capewell. Fafita there. Yet another tackle. He'll be into the 30s by half-time. Pearce with it. Flat. Saifiti. Last tackle for the Knights. Right in front of the sticks. Levi to the left side. Ponga runs it up. Delivers flat to Fitzgibbon. And it's just a changeover.
Yeah, I think they've gone in with a conscious mindset, the Newcastle Knights. They're never normally this conservative. I think, given the breeze that's with the Cronulla Sharks, they've just come in with a real conservative approach. Tried to complete high. I think off the back of what they saw last night. they're confident if they get caught in their own end in the second half, well, Mitchell Pearce's kicking game will get them out of trouble.
Release Jesse on the mark, Josh. There, Josh. Go. Markers are good.
2 to go in the first half. SCG later tonight, Rabbitohs and Roosters, the premiers on show against Souths. And the Professor's late hit to follow the double tonight for Fida. Bumping run, where does he find the energy? Back to Moylan, on to Woods. Woods tries a fend, does an offload. Moylan's got it. Now there's a 5-on-2 if they can keep it going. Nakora beats one, then shows us a bit of footwork as well. You don't know his background. He borders on a prolific try scorer. Little chip over the top from Johnson. He's knocked off his feet. It bounces into Watson's grasp. It's a penalty. And with 90 seconds to go, they may take the shot from 31 out and wind at their back.
Well, that was something a little bit better there from the Sharkies.
Don't worry about the shot block.
Have a shot.
The tap is taken by Johnson. And here come Cronulla. They want maximum reward. Brayley to Townsend. Fafita. It's out here there. Barnett is there. Pearce is there, and so is Levi. They slow it down, 30 away from the line. This is Capewell. Now it's the Knights' turn to defend inside the final minute of the first half. Brayley, Fafita, show of the ball, Townsend, Johnson, and Dugan put it down again because Edric Lee was in his face. The ball knocked on. Josh Dugan doesn't want to watch back the highlights reel of the first half.
And I know they've come up with a few fumbles, the Cronulla Sharks. But if you think of biggest differences, wow, the defensive line of the Newcastle Knights, the decision-making on the edges is consistent. Their line speed is spectacular. Josh Dugan, he can't believe it.
Well, I reckon the passing's ordinary. There, you have a look last night. When Cameron Smith had the ball, every pass is in front. Have a look where Dugan had to catch that ball. It was behind him.
Well, he might come out bald in the second half. The new do hasn't worked. And there it is, a scoreless first half, the first time since round 18, 2013. Who saw this coming? Newcastle and Cronulla locked together at 0-0. Cronulla and Newcastle return for the second half. No points in the first half. It's like the A-League season continues here. Fafita leading Cronulla out. Mark Gasnier, Stephen Roach with me in commentary.
Yeah, and a different style for Fafita in that first half. The poor old Sharks only 44% of the ball. 58 metres, 2 offloads from Fafita, but 29 tackles. A great effort from him in the first half.
I've got no doubt, Bossy, we're going to see a different attacking unit from the Newcastle Knights. I thought they were very conservative. I think with the wind behind their backs, they'll move the football a little bit more.
Yes, quite a breeze it is, as evidenced by one particular kick by Sean Johnson. Surprising, 40-20s aren't as easy as what we think they could be, but there was certainly no attempt at any stage by Cronulla to try that in the first half. I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle, if they take a leaf out of, say, the playbook of Cameron Smith, he likes to kick a 40-20 or attempt 3 tackles into a set. You don't wait to the last. You do it when the wingers haven't dropped back.
I have no doubt Mitchell Pearce will go for a 40-20 at some stage throughout these 40 minutes. Sean Kenny-Dow, what a spectacular take he took. Barnett, limited opportunities, but that man, the chief, Mitchell Pearce, has been good without being great.
And that's the big thing with a halfback on your home ground. The calibre of Mitchell Pearce, he's got to get his team home with the breeze here in the second half.
Second half underway off the right boot of Sean Johnson. And Saifidi, had a lot of touches. It's been a good front row rotation for the Knights. Clemmer and Gavitt were very strong to start the game. I'm hearing good things from our viewers who are enjoying this game in 4K tonight. They're saying it is mind-blowing how good it is, and this is the only place you see that. Fox League selected games throughout the season. New technology, it comes at some expense at this point, but those lucky enough to watch it in 4K, they're loving it. So plenty more to come, folks, throughout the year on Fox League, as now Levi in for Barnett. Last tackle it is for the Knights. Pretty standard first set to open the second half as Ponga, left foot bomb, back to centre field. Pearce was called offside and then put the brakes on. Lee didn't have to put the brakes on. He's come up with some crunching defence. There's another one on Katoa that time. Some will argue it's just a minor point, but why does the referee have to tell a player that he's offside? Why not just let Pearce go through and then give the penalty to the opposition team? And in that case, it was advantage Newcastle, ball allowed to bounce, but if Pearce runs through, Cronulla get a penalty. So here is Brayley with the ball. Back up towards the 40. Barnett and Levi there. The struggle continues. Johnson last tackle. They ran on him and he runs in turn. Linking up Nakora onto Dugan. He doesn't pass to Katoa. He puts a kick in. Katoa will go close. Got it on the fingertips. Back to Dugan. Sione Katoa. A juggle. A piece of magic. Absolute magic, smoke and mirrors from Sione Katoa.
Just confirm that he hasn't deliberately batted that ball
to Josh Dugan.
Well, I said it in the first half. If there is a player you do not spook on the last play, it is Sean Johnson.
Onside.
They come out of the line to put pressure on. Dugan did well to get it on the right foot. That sort of kick. Katoa, is there a touch here that goes forward?
Well, they want to know if it's deliberately tapped over the head of Watson. That's against the rules. What do you think?
Which I hate to say for Sharks fans. I would say it is.
Well, he's deliberately tapped it over, for sure.
Yeah, he's tapped it up.
Oh, I mean, his
Sione
argument would
Katoa
be...
deliberately taps a forward. We have a decision.
Well,
His argument would be I tapped it to keep it away from going over the sideline, not necessarily to tap it over the head. But again, how do you interpret that if you're a referee?
I reckon Nathan Brown will get to Connor Watson too. He sort of slowed down to challenge for that football there. I think he thought it was going to go into touch.
Oh, I'd be saying to my forwards, if you're going to go at Sean Johnson, tell your mate next to you and go out together, because if you're one out, we are going to get burnt.
Well, the magician's cover's been blown. They've taken the try off Katoa. It was smoke and mirrors.
It was a nice bit of skill from Josh Dugan, but too. Kick downfield.
Deliberately knock the ball over the defender.
Let's go down to the sideline. Megan Barnard, what did you find out at half-time?
Yeah, the cheers from the Knights fans with that decision, Bossy. From Nathan Brown, the message was pretty simple. He was happy with their defence. He said, keep your composure, complete your sets, and there is a real opportunity with the wings at our back in the second. From John Morris, it was all about completion. He said, work hard into the breeze, keep up the positive talk, be brave in defence. And he said, if it all goes down to the 80th minute or beyond, be prepared to keep on going.
Quickly, if they had a ruled try, would you have blown up heavily? I probably wouldn't have.
No, me neither.
No, they overturn the decision of try.
In other words, what we're saying is the refs can't win either way.
No, that's right. Well, it is a subjective thing in that instance. It's not the most blatant one you'll ever see. It's not like the old tap it over the fullback's head. A good 2 or 3 metres. Penalty goes to Newcastle, so a bit goes their way in the luck stakes now. Only had 8 penalties in last night's game. We're up to 7 here. Newcastle will go on the attack inside the Cronulla half as the ball was kicked into the Andrew John stand.
Use your foot, Jesse. Keep coming back. Kurt, come on. Jason, make a look for me, mate. Go.
So it's out here with that run for the Knights on tackle number 1 into Bakuya. Now for Aidan Guerra in the veteran class now at 31 years of age. Knights creep a little closer. Levi's had a good night. He makes 10 there. Buttoned down by Capel. Quick play the ball. It's now Pearce's turn. Pearce delivers there for Barnett. Brayley. Bakuya very strong in front of the sticks of Cronulla. 4 tackles into the set. Levi, oh, that looked forward to Saifiti. Just a couple of metres away from the line. But they go the little dab to the in goal. It's back to Pearce and he's lost the ball. Spills his lollies and Cronulla come back with it. Josh Dugan away from a couple. Dugan has started the second half better than the first.
He's been strong, hasn't he, Dugan? But again, Newcastle Knights, they're setting up the play. Mitchell Pearce will play short, then he'll wrap round that side, and Cronulla Sharks, they're all over it. They're reading it. I'd love to see them, once they go wide, go out the back and have a genuine shift. Give their centres some opportunity.
He's in a bit of trouble, Saifidi too. It's still down in the back plate. So they've got the extra man here, the Sharks.
40 away from the Knights line. This is the replay. Pearce, after he dropped it, he got one across the chops from Aaron Woods. Now it's Townsend on to Moylan. Sharks have won the last 8 against Newcastle, and many of them by more than 16 points. I'm worried about Saifidi. He had surgery on his foot in the off-season. He's in trouble and he's off the field for the Knights. Megan will follow that one as Cronulla attack.
Clemmer's on the wing.
And Fafita, yeah, Clemmer's run on. Now he'll get to centre field, and there's a penalty right in front of the posts.
Easy, Andrew. It's not a quick one. Lachlan,
right in front of the post. Lachlan Fitzgibbon has been pinged, and with a 0-0 scoreline through 45 minutes, Cronulla surely will go for goal, but that, gee, I got my fingers crossed. It's not a recurrence of the injury for Saifiti. While he was sidelined after the surgery, Gaz, he put on something like 8 kilos as well. It was a tough off-season for the young fella. And he's worked very hard to lose that weight since Christmas and got himself here for round 1, and now that happens. So, as I say, I hope it's not the same injury.
I think we all do. Cronulla Sharks, they took advantage of it too. Matty Moylan out there on the left edge. They stripped them of numbers. Jesse Raymond.
It's not our process, Mitchell. It's the NRL's process. Your team needs to follow it, mate.
Jesse Raymond did really well defensively to wait for Mitchell Pearce.
Well, the big thing, they've had the better of the start of the second half, the Sharks. They've made a couple of clean breaks. Just hope the Knights haven't come out here in the second half and thought, hello, the breeze is going to do it for us. It won't happen. You've still got to do all the tough stuff. They'll take the gift 2 points here right in front.
326 career goals for the Warriors. He's about to kick his first as a Shark. And Cronulla's first points of the season. They've had to wait some 46 minutes for them, but the Sharks are in front by 2 points to 0. This is how it happened for Saifiti. Oh, wow, he's in pain straight away, and Wera, his teammate, involved in it as well, low down. So again, as soon as we hear any news, Megan will pass that on about Daniel Saifiti. Gaz was right, he spotted Clemmer for a short while there, was on the wing. He couldn't get across to the centre while they were defending their goal line.
I reckon he would have went with the crossfield kick.
Well, he's tall enough to defuse it above his head, I suppose. He wouldn't have to jump. Oh, Moylan, it's dipped on him. He's knocked on in goal, and it's a lone dropout. Did Moylan think Fafita was going to catch it? Surely it's Moylan's ball rather than Fafita.
No, I think it just dipped on him, Vossi. See, it just dips on him late. He overestimated it.
I think the start he thought it was going to go dead in goal.
Look at the bloke
over
behind
the top.
Moylan. What about the bloke with the hot chips behind him? He's laughing it. Oh, it's great to beat the footy. And Moylan has got the shot. Drop out. He scooped it up. What was that?
Did he mean it?
I don't know. It couldn't possibly. I think it came off his shin. Wow. It's just gone up in the air. It's like a clown at a circus. Kicking a beach ball. That's if clowns kick beach balls at circuses. I don't know. 15 away, Knights have got a penalty in front. Haven't been to a circus in a long time. Knights will kick to level up at 2-2. That's an easy decision.
Let alone a normal one by the sounds of it.
We have to inspect this dropout. It's hit him in the shin.
It's a miss hit.
It's hit him in the shin, and then it's like in golf, that's a double hit. It's hit him in the shin and then his foot.
And almost worked.
It's gone for 10. Oh boy, Matty Moylan, what a 20 seconds for him.
And here's the hit over the top there from Woods on his old mate too.
Just make sure you're 10 metres there, mate.
Clemmer just a little bit high, just tried to crusher him on the way down there. That's what the penalty's for.
Nice mention of Crusher. Made me think of Crusher's line dropout origin, where Paul dropped it down and ball stayed on the ground. Paul on Crusher.
In the rain, what about when everyone brushed him?
That's Crusher Clear we're talking about. The great Noel Clear had a drop kick moment. Ponga successful for a 2-all scoreline, 9.5 into the second half. Now, very importantly, news on Daniel Saifiti. Megan?
Yeah, Knights medical staff have told me it's an MCL sprain. Vossi, he's headed for scans. He won't be back tonight.
Okay, well, if there is a good side to that, it's the knee rather than recurrence of what troubled him and what he's had surgery on in the off-season. Let's hope that it's a favourable report on the knee.
And for everyone at home, an MCL is the medial ligament, which is the inside of your knee. So depending on the grading, it can be anywhere to 0 to 2 weeks, 2 to 6, and then 6 to 10, really. Otherwise, surgery.
Johnson restarts. 2-all scoreline, still waiting for a first try tonight. Oh, Knights have lost the ball. Gee, there's some errors out there, but this time they say penalty. The 12th penalty now. They've come in a rush in this second half. Fafita looked a fearsome sight there as he argued his case. He reckons he's just made a good tackle on Guerra, not trying to strip it out. Guerra's entitled to hang on to it.
Wow, good kick.
Well, there's the advantage of the breeze. So Hunt up and passing there for Fitzgibbon. 30 away from the line. He walks well off the mark. Levi's off again. He's played really well tonight. Denny Levi, this is more of the form that made him a New Zealand international. Brandon Smith has taken his spot in the New Zealand Test side. Pearce back for Barnett now. Back towards the post. The Newcastle fans, they're getting a little pumped up here. Another penalty, but this is against the team playing the ball. The first play the ball penalty for the year. Attention to detail out the window, and the referee's onto it.
Well, it's been chaotic, the start of this second half. Both teams need to just get their heads, so to speak. Here it is, just tried to play the ball quick. Barnett basically rolled it straight underneath the legs. That's what the penalty was for.
Hold the tap.
Both teams need to just settle a little.
So a doubleheader on this Friday night on Fox League, the only place where you see both games, and we've got the Rabbitohs and the Roosters next up from the SCG. That is the home ground of the Roosters this year. The Premiers against the Rabbitohs, matchups all across the park, including Mitchell v Inglis. Cronulla 5 metres inside the Knights half, and it will come up straight after this one, straight to the SCG from Newcastle. Capewell loose ball, thrown back, bounce forward, that's okay. Crowd booing, but it was definitely thrown back, I thought, at first instance, then bounced forward. Townsend with the ball. Fafita, crossfield, will put out that fend. Ponga not forced to make the tackle. Good work inside by Fitzgibbon. And this time with Johnson, pokes it to the corner. Lee's legs and arms all too long. 27 to go. Golden point here, round one last year. Manly Newcastle. Could be headed there again. Could be. And last year it was a player on debut for his new club who kicks the field goal. Can I write a script early? Johnson nails one for Cronulla. I don't know. Just saying. Oh, wow, that's run hard there. At Woods, he hit the deck quickly. Watson. Now Pearce kicks from outside the 30. He's got a lot on it. Oh, the bounce is straight. Moylan, well, he's doing all sorts of things at the moment, Matty Moylan. Hard to live down the line dropout he did, though. Sharks players just getting back on side as he takes the tackle.
Well, that's a perfect sign for Mitchell Pearce to kick early in the tackle count. Once they get to the 40, he should kick downfield because they're very slow to get back, the Sharks.
Still no sign of Blake Brayley coming on to make his debut off the bench.
Great defence, Ponga.
Newcastle, Levi's been playing so well that it's made it very hard for Kurt Mann to get on. Kurt Mann is up now off the bench with the number 5 interchange card, but Levi's been so good. Johnson kicks hard down towards Watson. And that was a favourable bounce. And that is Daniel Saifidi with Dr. Neil Halpin. Been around for an age, hasn't he? Dr. Halpin there with Saifidi. What he knows about knees, no one would know more.
He looked at my knee 30 years ago. Fair dinkum. How old's he?
Aaron, get up! Aaron, square! All the way, Sean. Wait.
The Knights, how old are you?
Good point.
Now Barnett with the ball. Back up to halfway. Taken by Brayley. And off goes Kurt Mann. Well started in the NYC for the Knights. He returns here tonight. Ponga's kick, not really a factor in attack. Moylan underneath it, safe. Another tackle from Lee. Cronulla now sweating on who makes the next mistake. It's a game that's being dictated, the flow of the game, by mistakes. And a penalty now for the push, so...
Well,
No.
Penalty count almost double what it was last night.
He's been impressive on his feet. Toa. He's looked sharp, he's looked quick, he's looked agile. He's been their best in regards to play twos. And he got rewarded just there. And they needed it too, the Cronulla Sharks.
Chance for both teams to catch their breath there. Peter off the field with visiting his numbers tonight, fellas. Andrew Fafita with 13 hit-ups and 37 tackles. That'd be top of both counts, would it not, for Cronulla? Rayleigh on to Townsend. And Woods with it. Almost up to halfway, so Newcastle down a man on interchange with Saifidi out.
Aaron, don't hold him.
Well, Newcastle's bench players have now had some game time.
Back here. Keep coming back. Play the ball. Go.
Townsend. Inside that time to Jack Williams. Game of first grade tonight for Jack. Brayley and Townsend allowed to run. They don't fall for the dummy. Barnett in his face with Mataudia. Clemmer around the legs. That's the 4th tackle. Pryor this time. Johnson kicks before the last. Lee's got it covered again. 2 strides and he covers 10 metres. Edric. He's having a terrific night, Edric Lee. Bar one near chance in the first half. Brandy was tough at half time. He said he should have taken it. There's quite a leg pull there from Aaron Woods. Thought he was ripping into a chicken. A barbecued one, that is. Lights up over their 30. Kenny Dowell. Another one who had a chance to score. He offloads there. Knights go right up the centre. Crowd waiting for this game to be thrown open. Pearce with it on the right side. Mataudia. Capel across there with Townsend, and they played advantage. And another penalty. We're bringing you shots from everywhere tonight. What about Rover? Fox League, the camera we affectionately call Rover. You saw it in the cricket. Have a look at it. How much fun would that be to have one of those at home? It is taking you closer and more angles and at speed.
Hold him up, Phil. Hold him up. Time off. Aaron, you have to get yourself cleaned up, mate.
Nice to have you on board, Rover, with the Rugby League coverage. Aaron Woods has got some blood at the moment from the face.
Thank you, Aidan.
Also may have to change the jersey. They're not easy to get on and off quickly these days, these tight-fitting jerseys. And this is the protocol. The game does stop with this. It is the first cut. If it was the second cut, they'd have to send him out the back and continue on, but this is the first time.
See, I can't see how that's an advantage to the team with the football. Stopping the game every time. Take him to the sideline and wrap him up. Play on. Got a little nick in his eye.
It'll be interesting to see if they do say you've got to change the jersey here, if we're talking about following protocols. He'll just come back into the play. Newcastle with this penalty 38 metres out.
Are you with me, but it takes all the advantage out of the team with the footy.
Wait for the foot. Hold for the foot. Go.
I'm with you, Stephen. Matadia with the ball.
Stand, Jack. Here it is, Jack.
59 minutes into the contest and no tries, just a penalty goal apiece. Clemmer with the ball for the Knights. He's been strong. David Clemmer has been quality in his work. Ball from Mann on the bounce. His arm was attacked by a Sharks defender. 8 away from the line. Kurt Mann again. Back for Clemmer. Right in front of the posts. Offloads. Mann does the same. Pearce with it. Little step. Watson again. The light step is all involved. Watson dancing. Now straightening up. And Woods is there to make the tackle with Williams. 5 from the line. Kurt Mann with it. Rolled over by the defence. Williams and Moylan that time. Last tackle, the Knights. High ball for Pearce, not the best. Pokes it through. Here comes Fitzgibbon. And Katoa kept his hands down, and it's off Newcastle for a 20-minute restart.
They did extremely well not to panic then. Katoa, Dugan. Again, Newcastle Knights, though, I just love to see them play off the 2 pass. They always get to the middle of the field, then they try play on for their set play. Look at that.
Wait, locked in. Wait.
Calm as.
Sharks with Britton Nakora. An offload. Johnson, Townsend. And Williams with the ball. Looking down at Cronulla, he may be the strongest in the gym. Jack Williams looking to watch his progress this year now that he got a little taste of first grade last season.
Let go, Kurt. Reach all the way. Go.
Played by Woods, a quick play the ball. Brayley and Moylan, they play it flat right up on the line. Great tackle there, Matadia. He's an excellent player. Sione Matadia back in the back row tonight. Williams on, Pryor. And twisted and turned in the tackle. Brayley, Johnson, another kick to the corner. Watson across there. Watson with it. He runs a dangerous line. He backs himself. He backs his speed. He gets over the 10.
Yours on one, mate. Keep going.
Now for Sean Kenny-Dow. Cut down from behind, but that's good counter from the Knights. From a potential line dropout situation. In 3 tackles, they're over the 30. Quick play the ball again from Clemmer. And this is a really good set now from Newcastle. Glasby almost to halfway. And they get a penalty. That may be a turning point in the match. Watson's run to start that set.
Yeah, it was. It was a gutsy run too, and a courageous one to get across field. He beat Townsend, got on the outside and used his speed, as you said. They've looked a different side now since he's come on. Kurt Mann, quick out of dummy half. He's putting those big boppers in the middle of third of the field of the Sharks on notice right now.
And blokes like Sean Kenny-Dow have backed him up. They've looked good when they've gone through the ruck on the Cronulla Sharks from the back end of their field.
So 16 penalties in this game tonight with 18 and a half to go. Quite a contrast to last night. As Clemmer is with the ball. Another strong carry from David Clemmer. Post-contact meters there as well for Big Clem. Almost a penalty conceded for a second tackle. Pearce and Ponga brushes away from Townsend. Dummies again, but no freedom there. Capel and Woods. Looks like more blood coming from that cut for Woods. The Knights with Guerra. The fans urging their team. They want a try. Can Pearce deliver? Close to the line. 4 in the tackle. Last tackle. That takes Pearce as a kicking option out. Mann's kick is good. Mann's kick is covered up by Townsend. Ahead of Glasby, of all players.
Goal line dropout.
Well, you've got to admire the effort of the Cronulla Sharks. They just consistently turn it up for one another. I mentioned it. It was a highlight in 2018. Great touch from Kurt Mann. Desperation there. Look at that. Chad Townsend saves the day.
Good play again there from Mann to put the kick in and behind, because Mitchell Pearce, their general kicker, was tackled. Little grubber kick in and behind, just the bounce of the ball. Bounced at right angles, away from the chasers that time.
Moylan line drop out hard in mouth. He goes short. He's got it very high this time, deliberately so. He'll get it back, Matt Moylan.
Stand together now. Here we are. Hold.
Redemption for Moylan.
Big
Good
play.
work, mate. Good work.
What a roll of the dice from Cronulla.
Hold. Hold.
Made it a contest there.
Here we are. Hold, Lachlan. Hold.
Blake Brayley is out there, so yet another newcomer to first grade.
Kim, get out of there.
Blake Brayley on for Cronulla, and it's the situation, the rather unique situation, replacing his brother on the field. They don't get to share game time out there together because they play the same position. If you don't know a bit of Blake Brayley, let me tell you, there's about half a dozen clubs chasing him for next year. He's off contract this season. The Sharks might be lucky to hang on to him, as here is Moylan with it, running up inside the half. Here go the Sharks, away with Morris. Oh, they've caught it forward. I thought it was okay, I'm not sure. Tefeki, they saved the try anyway, the Knights, but they've called the pass from Morris to Tefeki forward, and Josh Morris says no way.
Well, it's a shame. It was brilliant work from Matty Moylan. He knew it was David Clemmer. Caught inside Mitchell Pearce. Look at this. He knows he's gone. They get in the football. Pearce is doing his best, waiting for Clemmer to come. Ramian has to come in, and that's the pass right there. But watch Mitchell Pearce turn up as well. That's the one they've called forward, and probably fair enough.
I'll say fair enough there, watching that one back.
A great effort from Mitchell Pearce to cover defend, but Matty Moylan, such an opportunist, got great vision.
Well, he's the man that's looked most likely, hasn't he, in this game of footy?
Most definitely.
Moylan, the more he gets himself involved, as a second 5/8 really, running the footy.
Well, we want more points scored for the flood appeal that the NRL are throwing in $100 for every point scored tonight. We've added only 400 to the tally tonight as a result of the 2-all scoreline. You kind of think there's tries in the last 15 minutes. It's given with the ball, a 2-all scoreline here. Hard to believe there were more goals scored. There were 10 points scored in an A-League game last weekend. Mariners beaten 8-2. Only 4 here tonight. Last tackle. Ponga. Bomb for Moylan to defuse. Pearce is leading the chase. And Hunter's there as well. Who's going to flinch? Or Dugan won't be running backwards at that point of the field. The Tautier there in defence. Brayley on, and Feki bringing it back. Scored a hat-trick here 3 years ago, the game that Cronulla embarrassed the Knights 62-0. A long way short of that tonight. Sharks on their 20. Brayley and Fafita. Oh, almost lost by Townsend. Was that forward to Moylan? That one's allowed to continue. That's off the feet of Morris, and Feki onto it. And then over the sideline. I think the crowd thinking there may have been some calm.
Well, again, it's the injection of Matt Moylan. Brave offload from Fafita to keep the ball alive. The acceleration and speed of that man there on the screen. He's been impressive. I really enjoyed the play towards the back end of 2018. Just can push into a hole, can pass. Probably not one of his best on that occasion. He can offload, he can play long, he can kick the football.
We go straight to the SCG after this one.
Ponga down for the Newcastle Knights at the moment, just stretching out the calf.
Back a step for us here, Sean. Josh, just one step.
It's going to take him a while to get used to the workload at 5'8" defensively. Such a difference.
Kurt, hit him, mate. Hit him, Matt. Clock off.
Oh,
Cronulla, the kings of the close game. They're in another one. Blocker called it early. They're the grinders.
Stand up. Wait till the ball's in, boys. Wait till the ball's in. Bend your backs, just hold it.
There's some
Head in,
field
Matt.
goal winners out there, though, isn't there, now that Johnson's at Cronulla? He's kicked, what, 13 field goals in his career. Mitchell Pearce has had some good moments over the last few seasons. You throw in blokes like Matt Moylan.
Straight, Brayden.
You'll find Josh Dugan's almost, well, he's also kicked a match-winning field goal in his career.
Let go. Lock in.
Knights with Kurt Mann. Now for Clemmer. Clemmer right in front of the posts. 20 away from the line. They won't want to concede a penalty. Clemmer was wrestling with Fafita. Pearce has got a ball away, and Glasby sprints over the ball to score. Who could pick Tim Glasby as the first try scorer in the match? And who could predict it would take 68 minutes? The Knights scored through one of their off-season recruits.
Well, they have persisted and persisted all night. Playing off the middle of the field, a decoy play out to a decoy play. They've constantly hit that decoy runner. By that I mean the first and not the person out the back, but it's how straight they play that's the key. Mitchell Pearce, just the realisation, it's underestimated how hard that is. The realisation that Matty Pryor is coming out of the line, he slows his timing down, just gets rid of the football nice and early. Chad Townsend, he's ready for the play out the back, but it's Glasby, runs a beautiful line, impeccable timing, and we finally see a try.
And you know, I've got to give him a rap. David Clemmer, worth his weight in goal.
Oh, yeah.
He has got this side in the position the whole game. It was up to Mitchell Pearce to put the pass straight on Glasby's chest there. As you said, Chad Townsend, he had to come in to try and make the tackle, and he just looked up and he saw straight in front of him Matt Moylan, skips out of the tackle, and finally we see a try by the Knights. Now watch the crowd get behind them.
Glasby just 10 tries in 6 seasons with Melbourne. His lone try last year was against the Knights. But he's got one in game 1 for his new club, and Ponga converts a 6-point lead, 8 points to 2, just over 10 minutes remaining. Over to you, Cronulla. What have you got to reply to that? Is it a game where the floodgates could open in the last 10?
I don't think so. I've been really impressed with both teams' defence. They're just got to be careful on fifth play options with Sean Johnson and his footwork, but if they can defend well the Knights, they're going to make it extremely hard for the Sharks because of that strong breeze into their face.
And for Cronulla, sadly, if they don't bounce back from this, we talk up Melbourne's form in round 1, virtually unbeatable. Cronulla are totally beatable since 2010, just one round 1 victory was the story going into tonight.
He's been impressive, Matavia.
Very good. By the way, if you want a stat, only 3 of the last 8 premiers have won in round 1.
Stand together. Let go. All the way. Lock in. Go.
Here's Connor Watson. And taken back parallel to the ground. Last tackle. Quick kick. Pearce up high. Not the perfect strike, but still goes a fair way. Moylan with it for Cronulla. They got enough strike power. This is where their fans would be hoping, well, Sean Johnson, you did it for the Warriors plenty of times. Can you step up here? We haven't seen much of Johnson in the second half really at all. Apart from kicking, there he is. Sean Johnson, the 6 for Cronulla. Gallen, the captain, short of halfway. With 9 minutes to go. Brayley for Johnson. And Nicora has also handled his first assignment in first grade well tonight. Townsend, the dummy to Fafita. Johnson sweeps around to the left, throws a cutout ball. Now the chances with Morris. Skipping in front of Ramian. 11 from the line, last tackle. Nicora down in back play for Cronulla. Townsend with it, he'll run up and pass. Johnson, Johnson's kick, gets it to the goal. Oh, Edric Lee has tackled Katoa without the ball, and Dugan may have got there anyway.
What have you got here?
Katoa's taken out by Lee.
Yep.
Dugan reckons he scored. It's one for the Mullet Gang.
We have a try. Confirm the grounding here with Josh Dugan. If we don't have a grounding, can we confirm there's a jag back on Sione Katoa on the kick chase?
Cronulla kick chase is onside.
Oh, he's knocked it on.
Oh, well.
So it comes back to, did Edric Lee take out Katoa?
Yeah, they'll get a penalty here, I reckon. That's a knock on.
See, if it's from one hand to the other, you can't regain control of the ball just by forcing it.
That angle doesn't look as bad as the front-on angle. This one. There's definitely separation there. You see Katoa appealing in the background.
No try.
Oh. Spare a thought for the Sharks fans. Bomb 2 already in this second half.
I don't know, boys. I really don't know.
Well, the longer they look at it, the better chance they got, the Sharkies. But from my point of view, there's definitely separation just before it hits the ground.
It's sent
Better
up.
picture there.
It's sent up try. They are rocking and rolling here on the replay. What do you think, Sharks fans? What do you think,
Knights fans? The ball comes off the right
fans?
hand initially of Josh Dugan, and he fails to regain possession.
Right.
We're going to now check the contact on Sione Katoa.
He grounds it with his wrist. It's a separation.
So they're saying no try, lost control from the right hand to the left, and I think it's just fait accompli that Katoa is tackled here without the ball. Not penalty try, though, because he's not the one who's going to score.
Edric Lee performs a professional foul on
Right, this is sin bin,
Sione
fellas.
Katoa.
Professional foul.
Now, just
So you can't say Katoa's going to score. The ball is travelling way too fast.
Plus you got
as the
Fitzgibbon as well.
Sione Katoa is the lead runner and is ahead of Josh Dugan, it is likely that he would have scored a try.
What?
We haven't
Oh,
seen it.
hang on!
No way, the ball
The
bounced
ball,
away from him.
the ball's turned right.
Well, hold on.
This
Hold on.
is going to be huge. They're going to say penalty try.
Wow.
And the shot will come from in front of the post.
But Andrew, you've got to be 100% sure that he would have got to the ball. It bounced away from him.
He takes him out, and as he's the lead chaser, there's a chance that he's definitely going to score there, so we've got a penalty try.
It's got to be 100%.
Think of that statement. There's a chance he's definitely going to score.
Oh.
Well, I don't dispute the argument or that part of the process, but I'm telling you what I saw. Katoa, Dugan ends up closer to the ball. I know Katoa's in front of Dugan, but the ball then turned right to be closer to Dugan. And Dugan didn't get there and score. So Katoa's not going to get there. They've given it penalty try, controversy in rugby league. They go hand in hand. It's a beautiful marriage. And Johnson, as I say, penalty try, he gets the kick from in front. Not from 20 metres out to the side of the post, he gets it from dead in front. And it will be 8-all with 7.5 to go. Well, you got your headline for tomorrow, well, at least one of them. It's a big, big call. 8-all scoreline here. The first match of the doubleheader on Fox League. We're going straight to the SCG after this. The ball turns right. Suddenly Dugan's closest to it. He would have beaten Katoa to the ball, and he knocked on.
And it takes off. You see how it skips? If it's sat up, maybe.
Of course.
But jeez.
As I say, are you saying Katoa would have beaten Dugan
Well,
to the
I reckon
ball?
if the
No way.
Don't worry. We'll look at the finish we got. Look at the finish we got.
Beautiful. 7.5 to go. Golden point is still a very real possibility. Maybe the field goal shootout starts right now.
Well, you said Sean Johnson, Bossy.
I'm just saying, Pearce did it last year, but maybe Pearce, lightning strikes again.
With the wind behind his back.
Same way he's running. Sharks are with it just outside their 20. Pearce relived that kick on the fan this week, talking about the stacks on after he scored it. What a great moment it was for him. Straight away, the Knights fans loved him. And now,
Oh, that's silly.
late in, and Cronulla get a penalty.
You're on the ball the whole time, Caleb.
Breaking the football.
So Townsend can kick field goals and has. Johnson can and has under pressure. Moylan can. Dugan's kicked one. I think he's last of the options, but I'm saying you can set up Cronulla, Townsend, Johnson, one's either side of the ruck. It'll be very hard for Newcastle to block.
But they've got to be close. That wind is strong.
That is true. 40 away from the line. At 8 all. 6.5 to go. Gallen with it. Marches up inside the 30, literally there. Trying to get his side a penalty. He's got more chance of winning a Logie than the penalty on that acting. Cronulla, 12 away from the Knights line. Brayley in a dummy half on debut. He's in a tense one. For Feeder, Show, and then Townsend. Oh! Intercept! Edric Lee! Look at the legs! The chase is Katoa. The chase is Brayley. But Edric Lee, with 15 strides, covers 80 metres to score. The crowd have loved his involvement tonight. I'm just thinking how he's not in the sin bin, but of course they awarded the try, so he doesn't go to the bin, and he ends up scoring.
Well, he's been their Superman tonight. Defensively, shutting down plays. Every time the Cronulla Sharks have moved the football to the right edge, Dugan has found that man, Edric Lee. Sensational time, and it was going to be a miracle pass from Townsend. They played up and in. He timed it to perfection. The ball just sat there, and once he swooped, Brayley did his best, but Edric Lee, it is his night tonight. Up against his former club, you can see numbers out the back. I think he wanted to go all the way to Dugan because they're caught quite narrow. But look at Edric Lee. No way you're getting that ball, Josh Dugan. And off he goes. Young Brayley does his best. Katoa does his best. Dugan is putting in the hard yards. But when you've got a stride like that, there is no one stopping you.
Gee, it was pretty to watch once he snatched the ball out. Gets himself in the line. Here it is. Here's the grab. Good boy. As soon as he got the football, look at him. He looks up. There's no one going to catch me here. He's looking at the big screen.
He's having a glimpse, isn't he?
What a sight. I told you earlier, he's a great entertainer. He's a terrific personality. He could well develop into a real crowd favourite here. They've loved him tonight. Have a look at it. Edric Lee. But you see how that unfolds? If they say no try down there...
Don't do it, Mossy.
I get where you go. He's off to the bin. Cronulla may then score in the next set. And Newcastle play with 12, and Lee doesn't take the intercept. You know, there you go.
Sliding doors.
Ponga. So the floodgates did open. 3 tries now scored in the space of 6 or 7 minutes. Who's to say there won't be another?
Definitely not me.
Clock stopped now. Straight to the SCG after this for the classic showdown of the Roosters and the Rabbitohs here on Fox League. Super Saturday tomorrow. We kick off from Mount Smart Stadium, off to Leichhardt, then to Townsville. And on Sunday, we head off to Penrith and then to the Gold Coast. It's Kentucky to a blocker. It's fantastic. 24/7 rugby league on Fox. And if there was an 8th day of the week, we'd be on there too. Sharks short kickoff. Batted back. It's a lottery now. The Newcastle Knights have knocked it on. Cronulla will get the scrum feed. It's a result for the Sharks.
It was a great kick on this occasion on purpose. But it just sat up perfectly, allowed plenty of time. It was great desperation showed from the Knights, but unfortunately they came up with a fumble in the process.
All right, 4 to go. Who's your tip, Roosters and Rabbitohs, by the way, Block? Well, we've got a chance.
Oh, gee, a tough one. I'm going to go the Roosters.
Roosters, Gaz. Roosters from our experts. 3 minutes 52 on the clock. Cronulla all onto the open side. They've had a couple of errors off scrums tonight. Here's Johnson. Moylan now with it. Stepping in front of Fitzgibbon. Now back for Townsend, back from whence they came. Tackle 1, 45 metres from the Knights line. At 14 points to 8. Gavitt almost concedes a penalty. Gallen will take the run for 10. Good run from the captain. Gavitt there that time with Glasby. This time Brayley on to Fafita. They work it left to Josh Morris, hoping to score a try in his club debut for the Sharks. 12 from the line, halfway through the set. Townsend to Johnson. He lines up the defence. Moylan tips it on. Dugan. Katoa confronted by Lee. Headed back infield. Moylan only got one behind him. It's Townsend. Fires it across the line. The ball with Capewell now. And that is tackle number 4. No panic, the Knights. Inside the final 3. 6 the difference. On Fox League here in Newcastle. The game is alive. And young Nakora with a step back in. But Newcastle's defence with all the answers at the moment. 12 from the line. Last tackle. Townsend switch. Johnson running it. Katoa without too many options. He steps. It's still the last tackle. Does he know it? He puts in a kick, and the Knights have got the ball. Fitzgibbon there at the finish of that, and big strong defence. Still 2 minutes to go. Rabbits and Roosters are getting ready at the SCG. That's where we're headed straight from this one. At 14 points to 8. Clemmer with yet another run.
Mitchell Pearce wants to take the risk. Moylan is pretty shallow.
Go, 4.
This time Kenny Dowell is thrown down. Last tackle, only 20 metres made in this set. Not really a position where they can put the ball out of play. So Moylan, he's knocked it, he's knocked it back, he's with it now. He's had a mixed night, Matt Moylan. He brings it back for Cronulla. Gavitt, strong over the top. This will be the last set Cronulla get for the Knights. Johnson, on to Katoa. This was Moylan. Happy enough to say play on. Brayley. Paul Gallen has put it down. And the Knights fans are celebrating right now. They're giving Paul a little hurry up there. Have a look at the celebrations of the Knights players.
Clock's on, boys. He might write a few names down in his notebook too, Gal, I reckon, after that.
Just watch how they're packed.
This is like a boxing weigh-in. They've got plenty to say, the Knights.
Get to the scrum.
None of it complimentary to Gallen. Paul. Have a look at this. Up they come. All for a turn.
Wait.
Knights. Just over a minute remaining. Time to shut up shop.
And again, surprisingly, Bossy, after watching in 2018, it's defence for the Knights. If they go on and win this, it is their defence.
Arms around, Kurt.
Line speed, aggressive, better decision-making on the edges.
Heads in.
They won their first 2 at home last year and then only won another 2 for the remainder of the season. They're about to win their first at home this year. With 7 newcomers in their squad of 17 tonight. They're getting the job done. I must say it's taken the steam out of the penalty try controversy. If the Knights win, we can talk about it, sure, but it's not the be-all and end-all. As now Gavitt, big run. A minute to go. 11 from the line, 3 tackles into the set. Pearce with the ball, back there for Barnett. That's tackle 4. Might be time for a cramp. Connor Watson with it, stepping, thrown down. And in fact, the full-time siren has sounded, and it's all over. The Knights have done it. The new-look Newcastle Knights. And you've got to say, it's without the headline acts starring, without the Ponga show. Pearce was good, but not necessarily great. A hard-working effort from the Knights to beat a top 4 side from last year. Full time, Newcastle 14, Cronulla 8.